I wanted to tell y'all about this story about a Kentucky squirrel call. I was on the boat, and the chief engineer, he come up and he had made me what he called a Kentucky squirrel call. And what it was a tube, and it was about a 1/4-inch tube, brass tube, and he had it circled around about 3 times, and it was flared on each end and had about 3 little holes drilled in it. And he had it fixed so that if you blew in one of those holes, that the other one would hit you in the forehead. Well, I had this made on there, and what you did, you took that squirrel call, which it wasn't a squirrel call, but you filled it full of powder or flour or something like that. And then you cleaned it out and you would just lay it down. And I've never seen anybody that wouldn't go for it. They got everybody. So I loaded it up with powder and I set it down up in the pilot house, and the mate came up. And he said, "What's this?" I said, "It's a Kentucky squirrel call." He said, "Well, how does it work?" I said, "Well, you have to pick it up, blow it, and you know how a squirrel chatters, and you hit them little holes, and you make a chatter sound like a squirrel." He said, "Well, I'd be dog." I said, "Yeah, it works good." So I didn't say nothing else, I just left it there. Well, he finally just kept on. He stood around, he reached over there, and he got it. And he said, "It really works." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, it works." I said, "But you got to blow in it real hard." So he blew in it real hard, and when he did, that powder blowed out and hit him all in the forehead. And he hollered out, he said, "You got me, you really, really got me." I said, "Man, I can't believe you did that." He said, "Boy, that's a good one." He said, "You really got me." So he went downstairs. Well, as soon as he left, I cleaned it up and loaded it up again. Well, he brought a deckhand back up there. And he said, "Man, you can't believe," he said, "Rudy really got me." Said, "You ought to see this thing, how it works." And he picked it up. I couldn't believe he was getting ready to do it. And he said, "I picked this thing up," said, "I was so stupid." He said, "I picked this thing up and I blew in it real hard," and he blew in it again and got him again the second time. I fell out like, boy, you talk about laugh. Because he said, "I was so stupid, I picked this thing up and blew it on itself the second time." You talk about riding somebody high, buddy, they rode him and laughed. Man, we had some big laughs through the years about Gary blowing that powder in his face off of what we called a Kentucky squirrel call. And it really worked good. And I got home off the boat, and when I got home off the boat, me and my friend Bobby was going squirrel hunting. And so I loaded it up and I set it on the coffee table. Bobby had come in that morning about 4 o'clock. We was getting ready to go to the woods. And he said, "What's this?" I said, "That's a Kentucky squirrel call they made me on the boat." And I told him how it worked and all. And so he picks it up. I'm in the kitchen. He picks it up. And he said, "How does it work again?" And I told him, I said, "But you got to blow on it hard." And he blew on it real hard and blowed that in his face about 4 o'clock in the morning. He said, he said, "That's sorry." He said, "A man that'll do that at 4 o'clock in the morning and mess with somebody," said, "you are sorry." And boy, you talking about a big laugh. We had a good one. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy that. That was one of the old stories, Kentucky squirrel call. I don't know what boat I was on, one of these old boats, but there's a million stories, but that's one of them. Anyway, thank you for listening.